Hello, MSOE fans, and welcome to the Raider Report, where we sit down with MSOE coaches to discuss all things Raider athletics, from game reactions to recruiting news and everything in between. The Raider Report has all the behind-the-scenes details and news you want. Today, our guest is the head coach of softball, Siera Spahiu. This time, I'm joined by the head coach of softball, Siera Spahiu. Siera, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing great. Let's get this show on the road. First things first, we have to ask everyone, how did you end up as an MSOE Raider?
Yeah, so I got very lucky. So last season, Brooke Gajewski was the head coach. And before that, she used to coach at UW Parkside, so it's out of Kenosha. And when I was growing up, I played for the Kenosha Cyclones for my travel ball organization. And another coach at Parkside, her name's Jackie, she was one of my old travel ball coaches. So when Brooke came to MSOE, she was obviously new to the area. So she just asked Jackie if she knew anyone around town that could help her out, be another assistant. And Jackie gave her my name. We connected, had an interview, and it just worked out really well. It was incredibly lucky. This role found me in a sense, and it was a blessing for me. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I kind of am in the same thing where it feels like it almost finds you.
It definitely did. And again, it saved me in a sense. So I'm very excited to be here.
For sure. So let's talk a little bit about your history as a player. You mentioned that you're from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up playing the travel circuit. Did you play college ball, I'm assuming?
Yes, I did.
How was your college experience?
It was very good. So freshman year, I played at Southeastern University there in Lakeland, Florida. NAIA school, not NCAA like it is here. Then sophomore year, transferred to Ashford University out of Clinton, Iowa. So I finished my athletic career there. But yeah, athletically, it was pretty good. I was all conference, all region, all American throughout my 4 years, which was super cool. But yeah, I mean, I had a great experience. I have lifelong memories, lifelong friends, memories that my parents remembered for the rest of their lives. And I mean, I had my moments, and I'm sure any collegiate athlete can relate to, but overall, it was amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So let's talk about post-grad. You've told me that you're a 2 full-time job type of person. So you're kind of walking in both spheres right now. But when did you know that you wanted to be a coach? And how did you begin to pursue that aspect of things?
Yeah. So I'm not going to tell you when I graduated college because that'll age me. But yeah, so after college, I took a little break from softball. It wasn't never my aspiration to be a head coach. So how people that's their main goal straight from college. That was never mine. So I took a break from softball just to relax, get my foot in the door in my other career. And then I made my way back into playing slow pitch leagues.
Sure.
So that was so fun. And just getting back into that environment, it just made me miss the game more. And it made me want to get back into softball any way that I could. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and then getting this opportunity to coach at this level was just so lucky and a blessing, like I said. But when I played travel ball, I had an amazing coach. Her name's Amanda, and she was my role model, and she still has a huge impact on my life today. I go to her all the time, for tips. I'll help her out with her travel ball stuff, and she's just been tremendous. And I want to be that type of person for someone else, have some sort of long-lasting impact on their life, whether through softball or just any other way.
For sure. That's super relatable for me because this past summer, I joined a slow pitch softball league with some of the guys who I went to high school with, some of my brother's friends. And it really gave me that itch. I have to get back into sports after being away from the team atmosphere for so long.
Yeah.
So definitely relatable that it makes you want to scratch that itch again.
Yeah. I felt silly walking back to the field with my bat bag from college, but whatever. I looked cool, I guess.
So talk to me a little bit about the expectations for this season. You guys finished near the top of the preseason polls.
Yep.
Came super close to winning the whole tournament last year.
Too close.
What are your personal expectations for this season? Everyone else's opinions aside.
Yeah, I mean, it is super exciting to see those expectations laid out for us. And it is a compliment to be viewed at that level within this conference. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to prove ourselves to everyone all over again. Anything could go in this conference, and we need to be prepared to give everything we have every single game, remember what we're working towards. Like, I have my expectations, the girls have their expectations, but we're expecting to go back to the conference tournament, expecting to go back to that championship game and just go beyond that, if possible. But we know we have a lot of work to do to get there, and I truly believe in this group of girls, and we do have such a special group that we need to take advantage of that.
Let's talk about this group. We'll get into some of the specifics of the seniors, the returning players later. But talk to me about this class of freshmen. We know it, as former college athletes, we know how hard it is for a freshman to step in and have an immediate impact. Can you give me a little preview of what we can expect from this class?
We really do have such a tremendous group of freshmen joining us, and some of them are going to make a huge impact. 3 freshman pitchers are going to cause some damage. They've been working really hard these past few months. They're going to have to prove themselves. But I'm going to see a lot out of them. We have some heavy hitters added to our lineup. We got girls with great gloves. We have some more speed added to our roster. They're going to be the future of this. They're going to be the face of this team. Sure. And I'm just excited to see where they're going to progress and grow within these next 4 years. I've been working with a lot of them and like working on their mental game and stuff like that. So I think that will help them.
Sure.
When I was a freshman, they're going to hate me for talking about this. I read this book and I'm having some of them read it. And it's just really helped me with my mental game, how I approach my at-bats, everything like that. And I wanted the freshmen to read that as well. I think it will really help them.
And is this more of a baseball, softball specific mindset, or is it more of a general mindset?
It's called the mental game of baseball. So yeah, literally every single aspect of the mental game relating to baseball, and just like some aspects where you don't like think would relate to the game. Mm-hmm. Like talks about confidence and how you prepare for the game, how you visualize certain situations, everything like that.
For sure. So as exciting as it is to talk about this upcoming season, I'm going to bounce things back outside and we're going to do everyone's favorite segment, Raider Rapid Fire. So just want off the cuff initial thoughts here. Okay. You're walking into a stadium, what's the worst song that can be playing and what's your favorite song that can be playing?
Well, I hate the Cubs, so probably the Go Cubs Go song.
Okay.
I hate the Cubs, sorry.
No, hey, go Sox. Go Sox.
And then my favorite song?
Stadium specific, like getting you in the mind and getting you in the mood for softball.
Roll Out the Barrel for sure when I'm at Miller Park. Or probably Sweet Caroline.
Okay, for sure.
That's a go-to.
Something to get everyone going. Your favorite movie?
I am a Marvel girl, so we're gonna have to talk about all these stuff later. But outside of Marvel, probably all-time favorite movie is Goodfellas.
Okay.
That's a classic for me.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Your favorite TV show side character?
Side character? So not the main character?
Not the main character. If we're going to Office, you can't say Michael Scott.
Okay, Parks and Rec is pretty close to The Office, but I'll say Ron Swanson. He's not too main of a character.
Yeah, he's not Leslie, so that's great.
Man.
I just finished watching that a couple months ago. That's a really good one.
It's one of my favorites.
It really
is. It's better than The Office, in my opinion.
I'm not a big fan of The Office. It doesn't hit the same for me like everyone else. I definitely preferred Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Your go-to gear brand. If you're getting a glove, if you're getting a bat, if you're getting spikes, what is it going to be?
Oh, like when I played? Okay.
Yeah.
Bat, DeMarini. I was a DeMarini girl.
Okay. What color was that?
Oh my God. It was the CF7 and my bat was white, green, and pink.
Okay. All right.
Looking back, it's very embarrassing, but whatever. That's I didn't choose it, or the color at least. Oh gosh. I think for batting gloves, I had Easton's. And then maybe my glove was Mizuno. This was so long ago.
Are you still tied to any of these brands? It's still like, oh, that's what I gotta get for practice.
Now that the girls are swinging Easton Ghost bats, those are sweet.
Yeah.
If I were playing today, I would swing a Ghost for sure.
Nice.
But yeah.
Your favorite athlete could be growing up or could be right now.
Right now it's Jason Kelsey. I like everything he's doing for the game. And then not pro favorite athlete, I have to say my 21 girls on MSOE softball.
Nice. Alrighty, and then my favorite, the most important question. If you are going to the movies, you're going to the theater, I need your full order. I need a snack, I need a candy, and I need the drink.
Okay.
What do you get?
Love going to the movies, so large popcorn for sure. Mm-hmm. If it's a rewards day, I'll get me a hot dog.
Okay.
Have to add that.
Someone else adding a savory snack. Everyone else just says popcorn and moves on. No one says nachos. No one says chicken tender. A movie nacho. A movie hot dog.
Well, if it's $2, I can't pass it up.
Yeah.
So, candy. Nerds clusters if I want something chewy. And then probably M&Ms if I want something chocolatey.
Which M&Ms?
Regular.
Regular.
Yeah. I do like the peanut, but probably regular.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
The drink.
I always had to get a Code Red Mountain Dew. That's always my go-to at the movies.
Okay, that's definitely like deep-seated.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not getting around that.
But if they don't have that, then cherry Pepsi.
Okay, for sure. You gotta have some sort of red, cherry, something in there.
Something.
Alrighty, so back on track here. One of your top returners from last season is Jenna Treewin.
Jenna.
Padded the stats. Showed up in every game. What does Jenna bring to the team, not only as the top hitter, but also behind the plate?
Yeah. I've only had the pleasure of knowing Jenna for a little over a year now, but just from what I've experienced so far, she's a tremendous kid. She loves the game. She loves to compete. I'm super excited to see where she's going to lead us this season. I was a catcher when I played, so I'm probably really biased, but I think the catcher is the most important position on the field. You know, you're the leader out there. You have to keep your pitchers in check. You're in charge of everything. And Jenna's going to have to be able to step up this year. You know, with three freshman pitchers, she's going to have her hands full, you know, making sure that they're okay, keeping them in check, and just leading them and guiding them. So I'm just excited to see where she's going to take us in that aspect too. And then I'm excited to see where she's going to take us with her bat. We need to get rid of the Jenna special. She's notorious for hitting little bloopers over right field, so we need to work on getting rid of that. But yeah, it's her senior year. I'm sure she's going to want to go out with a bang, and I'm just doing whatever I can to help her reach her goals.
Speaking of seniors, Faith Mata is another leading returner after tying the team in lead in runs scored, added 4 triples, 19 RBI. How has Faith grown from last season, and what's her role on this team?
Oh, yeah. Faith has grown so much. So last season, she was our starting right fielder. We lost our center fielder, Grace S. She graduated last year. So Faith is going to step up in that role. She's going to be our center fielder for us. So really excited to see where she's going to take us in that direction, you know, leading the outfielders, doing more in that aspect. And then she's also going to be our main source of speed on the bases. She'll be able to get on base with her slapping, everything like that. She's been working really hard. But yeah, she has a lot more on her plate this season, and I know she's going to excel, and I'm just super excited to see where she goes.
So talk to me a little bit about your style of coaching. You've got a blend of freshmen. You've also got some seniors, everyone in between. You seem to be more laid back, a little bit more easygoing. Do you flip a switch on game day and turn on that intensity? How would you describe your coaching style?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to find out. So like last season I was the assistant, so I had more room to breathe. I was able to have more fun, you know, but now I'm going to have to like focus in more on strategy and thinking ahead and stuff like that. But I would say I'm probably a mixture of both. I love having fun with this game. I love having fun with these girls, and I do think that translates into my coaching. You know, I want the girls to enjoy themselves. At the end of the day, we're playing a game. I want them to be excited to come to practice. I want them to be excited to come to games. They're out there playing the sport they love, and they need to remember that at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, there's moments where I do have to like be focused and be more serious. That, or if the girls do something to make me mad, they see it too. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
And it's great that you have that awareness as a former athlete, because, you know, when we're going through it, there are so many times where you get caught up in, you know, what else is going on. You know, I have this game, I have this in class, this going on in my social life, XYZ going on. And it kind of becomes like, oh, softball just becomes, another part of your job. Almost.
Right.
Whereas taking the step back, like, no, this is the fun.
Right, exactly.
You guys get to step away and put everything else aside.
Right. I look towards this like every day when I'm done working. I'm so excited to come to practice, and I want them to obviously as well. But yeah.
So we'll jump back. You mentioned you're replacing a lot of pitching this season. You're bringing in 3 freshmen. Jocelyn Clody expected to pitch a little bit more, I'd assume. What's the plan for the mound this season, and how are you going to balance the workload?
Yeah, so Joss has stepped up a lot. She's been working really hard. But yeah, we have 3 new freshman pitchers, Katie Pollock, Whitney Ruffcorn, Finley Olson. They've been working really hard, and I think they're ready to go. So it's going to be interesting come Florida to see how we're going to utilize all their different areas of expertise, where we can make girls fit in, and just excited to see where they're going to go.
And talk to me a little bit about the Florida trip. You guys have that coming up. That kind of presents a unique situation where you get a whole week off of school. The girls really just get to focus on softball, coming together as a team. It's got to be a luxury for you as a first-time head coach to kind of almost have this whole week, flush everything out, build the team up, and then take on the rest of the season. Right?
Yeah, take off my other job to do this job. Yeah. No, I am super excited, and I know the girls are so excited as well, and they're just anxious to get back on the dirt too. Out of our conference, we're the last team that's going to start playing.
Yeah.
There's teams that are close to have 10 games already.
Sure.
Which can be bad, I guess, in an aspect, but we're going to use that towards our advantage. We know what we're working on when we're in Florida. We're excited to see where the new girls are going to be able to fit in. We're going to merge, see what our new playing styles together is, just how it's going to blend in. But no, we are just super excited for that.
I mean, it's not that much of a big deal that other schools in the NAC are playing already. Do you want to play outside? Because I know I don't want to be in the press box just yet.
Yeah.
We can average like 5 degrees more.
We've had some nice days. We actually got in the field last weekend for some practices, which was amazing.
Yeah, we need more consistency.
Yeah.
Nature. Come on, tighten up. But let's get into it, you guys. It's been a long off season getting ready for the kickoff this Monday. What does a typical softball practice for you look like, and why do you structure practices the way that you do?
Yeah, so I definitely base off of it from my experience. So what we did last season, obviously, and just what I did when I played. But I do like to keep practices competitive yet fun. Again, I'm here because I love the game and I want my players to enjoy it. But we do get down to business. I like to have days where we focus on our hitting, getting lots of good quality reps in. But then we'll have days too where we just focus on defense, focusing on our techniques, working on the small stuff. I probably try to cram too much into my practice plans, but whatever, I'll work with what we got. But yeah, again, focusing on what we need to work on and then enjoying it too.
I've got a little bit of a goofy question for you. I had to ask Flip this when I had him on, but baseball and softball, to me at least, have the reputation of being the most superstitious sports out there. Maybe you had a superstition when you played. Maybe you have one since you started coaching. Maybe some of the players on the team have one right now. What's your best superstition story?
When I played, all the girls, we would line up on the field right next to the foul line, and what we would do is write our number into the dirt.
Okay.
And then also write like a little note too.
Interesting.
At the bottom of it. And I think I'm gonna start doing that. When I go out to my coach's box or whatever, just write a little something there to remind me of why I'm here and what we're working towards. But yeah, that was always something that I did when I played. For our girls, I'm not sure. I guess they're eye black. I think Jenna has a certain way she does her eye black. And at our conference tournament last season, when we got to the championship game, Jenna said that she'll put glitter on her eye black if we made it to the championship game, and sure enough, we did. So I don't know if that's a superstition, but messed with the eye black.
I think that sounds like it's checking the box.
Yeah.
It also makes me feel kind of stupid because my superstition was after I put my gloves on for a game, I just like to clap one time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Just one clap for everyone.
Okay, now that you mention it, every time I was in the batter's box, I had like a routine. I would always tighten my batting gloves and always just like hit the plate with my bat and everything like that. So now that you mentioned that, now it's coming back.
You buried it.
Yeah, I really did.
So before I get you out of here, what else is on the horizon for Raider softball, and how can people help support Raider softball?
Yeah, so we're going to Florida in 3 days, which is absolutely crazy. We'll have 10 games down there. Excited to kick off our season. We have a lot of home games this year, we have 9 home games and they're doubleheaders, so 18 games at home, which is absolutely crazy. So I'm super excited for our families to be able to come watch more home games. I think that's going to be very memorable for them.
At the new Raiders field.
At the new Raiders field, yeah. We just got the new field last season, and we didn't have too many home games there. Mm-hmm. So now we're really going to be able to enjoy it. These seniors are going to be able to enjoy their home field a lot more this season.
For sure.
But yeah, students, you can stop by between classes. You know, if it's a nice sunny day, you can enjoy the weather, catch a good game.
It's a beautiful spot right in the heart of downtown, right in the center of campus.
It's so surreal being smack dab in the middle and just being like surrounded by skyscrapers. It's just so awesome.
It's a tremendous environment for a softball game. Coach, mm-hmm. I want to wish you good luck in Florida. Good luck on the start of the season, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Greg. All right, our God.
Thank you to Coach Spahiu for taking the time to join us, and thank you, as always, for listening. You can follow Raider Athletics on YouTube at MSOE Raider Athletics, and you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MSOE_Raiders. Don't forget to find us on Spotify, too. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, repost, share, and get the word out to all your Raider friends and family. We want you to be heard. Mention us on social media and tell us what you want to hear about. Go Raiders!